Welcome back, everyone, to the... What in the world is going on here? What effects? I got myself under some sort of effect that I wasn't expecting. Absorption. Oh, that's right. I ate that apple at the end. That's right. Welcome back, everyone, to the world of the MHC. I am not running the official MHC. Rather, I'm running under the same seed as the MHC, except under 1.17. And right now, I don't think I need this golden pickaxe anymore, which I was mending during near the end of the last episode. And what I need to do right now is to head over to the coordinates minus 794. That will be right minus 7. Yeah, this way minus 794 minus 541. Actually, that would probably be pretty close to online to where I'm at right now. So I'll just follow along this way. And the idea there is there's supposed to be a forest in that area. Now, obviously, a forest is going to be a lot larger than that. So it's not, by definition, it's not going to be at a single block. So I should be able to see the forest when I get into that vicinity. And that is the one set of coordinates that I have not yet checked. The idea here is I'm checking each of the 4 sets of coordinates to find out what was there and to see whether or not 1.17 accurately represents this challenge. And I did see the lone tree at the right spot, and I saw a village at the right spot, and while I didn't check the exact coordinates of the outpost, there was most definitely an outpost close to that village that it certainly would not have negated the challenge. Ooh boy, was there an outpost right next to there. So most definitely all of that was real. And those are probably the key elements that were possibly going to be missing. The presence of a forest, well, that's basic terrain generation, and I think that if the basic terrain generation was off, we would have known that by now for a long time. So now let's head out here, and I am looking at 794, which is another 240 blocks away, so I still got a bit of distance to go. This looks like quite... Aha! There we are. Look at that. Well, not exactly a forest yet, but definitely not a desert. So we'll go with that. And head along this way. I would presume that there would be a forest along here. It looks like there are plenty of trees, though. But I see more trees in the distance. Yeah, more and more trees in the distance. So it looks like we hit into a small plains here. And then eventually we hit here. I don't know if that is technically a forest, but it is close enough to be what Baker Bill would call a forest. Coming out of a desert, this feels like... Actually, we are all at 760. Yeah, we're just about getting to 790 now. And now I see huge number of trees. Definitely a forest. There you go. Even under the strictest terms. So what I'll do is I will collect a little bit more wood since, well, if you're in a forest and you're going to be going underground, because I am going to be going underground because we are exploring what this place is like under the new update. And the new update, of course, is mainly underground because that's the Caves and Cliffs update. And maybe we could get an apple or two around here. Of course, I'm not following MHC rules. So if I have anything. So if anything happens to one of these sheep, such as an axe going through it, it is perfectly legitimate for me to do whatever I want. Now, in the MHC, of course, you can't do that, but I'm just exploring the world of the MHC. Now, the other thing, though, is it'd be nice if I could do this without resorting to that. Oh, and of course, I was about to say, if an apple or two dropped, that would become unnecessary. Now, one of the things I can do is that I can. Actually, I have a shovel. I'm going to grab some of this because one thing that I can do is see the viability of setting up a number of trees underground. So collecting saplings, collecting some dirt would be, of course, nice things to do if I am going to try to grow trees underground. Now, it'll take time to grow them. Now, I will get some light out there. That should help a little bit. And of course, the wood could come in handy for anything I want to build. 12 and 46, so a little bit more birch might come in handy. Then I could head on underground. Since we have now managed to confirm everything, there you go. And what is underground is probably going to be very, very different because while it looks like they did not have any significant changes to the above world generation, it's the underworld generation where things have changed, like the locations of ravines and the like. So there are probably some changes in the how the villages are, but if I remember from last month's challenge, it looks like some idea of the possibility of a ravine was there. It was just that the ravine itself wasn't a true ravine. Why am I using the axe? I want to use the hoe for this. A, it's slower, and B, the axe is more valuable for other things. Now, I will probably need some pork chops in the end. So I will deal with that a little bit. But now I need to find a good place to go underground. I'll probably be spending most of the rest of this time underground just to explore what it is like there. Let's see. Ooh, I got 3 pork chops out of that. And let's see if I could find anything that I can do here. Oh, a cave. How bad is this place going to be? I haven't seen it have any iron yet, so that could be a bit of a problem. All right. Well, let's not worry about that for the moment. And let's head out this way, and maybe I could find something. See, now the question is this because it's a cave, and caves can be interesting under 1.17. So I think their entire point is that we explore the area. So I was thinking of bypassing it first, and that's what I would normally have done, but I have another idea. Well, I'm not too sure I could do anything really with trouble is there isn't much you can do with copper that I know of, but might as well grab some of this. I do wonder about all those mods because I remember there were a couple of I once attempted to use a mod pack. It was really sort of what taught me that I'm not going to enjoy mod packs all that much. But I remember that the mod pack included two different mods that added copper to the game. So now we're going to have two different versions of modded copper plus official copper or something with such things, or do they change the mods? Well, I don't do much with mods, so I'm not too sure what the modders usually do with something that was only in a mod before suddenly gets into the official version. So let's head on down there. Haven't run into anything yet. What is that? Oh, glow. Oh, glow lichen. Okay. Ah, okay. It's lichen. All right. Has its own little light source, I guess. Slight glow to it. And I have only 2 more pieces of coal left. So it would be nice if I could find some coal, but I could make charcoal now that I've collected all that wood. So occasionally you run into some glow lichen in here. I don't know if that's something that they just added in this snapshot or if that's always been in the case. I don't think I ran into any of that during last month's thing, but I only had 2 episodes in the April one, and I called that an addendum or something like that to it. Let's see what happens if I take this. That just gives me a regular cobble, it looks like. Oh! Iron ore! I must have just mined. That must have been iron ore that I'd done. I had forgotten that, of course. Iron is. They changed the look of the ores. I had completely forgotten about that because they are so used to using a specific color to the ores, and they changed many of them. The idea was to make them a little bit more distinct so that people who have vision problems could use patterns if they had trouble telling the difference between the various different ore types. So we are at Y29, so we're actually starting to get pretty low down here. Now I think it's nighttime in the world above, but what I want to do here, I really don't care about the sleeping at all. I mean, if it said you can't sleep because there are monsters in the area, then I wouldn't mind it on that. But the main thing there was to reset the spawn point so that if I get killed, I can come back up here. It's not something that you need to do in the MHC. First of all, you're not supposed to use beds in the MHC in the first place. But on top of that, you have well, it's hardcore. If it's hardcore, you're certainly not going to be coming back alive any or anything like that. So let's get a furnace here, and we're going to start out by making some charcoal, which I don't need all of these. How if I get 8 saplings? Because I think I determined either in this was either Mage Rage or maybe the previous episode of this thing where I computed that takes 2 saplings to do 1 cycle in there. Now I'll see if I can find some coal, which is the main thing that I need right now. And once I do that, I can be able to make torches without having to worry about going through all the charcoal mess. So at least I've got wood, and I've got a means in order to create more wood if I decide to do so. Let's see if I could. You're right, as predicted, I got 4 of those. So let's get. Actually, Okay, we'll get one. We'll get a set of 8 of those. I think that's about as much because I think I'm already running low in efficiency just by doing that twice. Now, let's see, what else can I do? Well, we want to get some pork chops cooked. That would be good. I don't know why I'm carrying a cactus with me. The green carpet, I'm pretty sure I stole from that village. Oh, that's right, because I was trying to put the bed down. Now, I figure if I can get down a bit, then that'll be nice. Unfortunately, light is a little bit problematic at the moment. And this thing is about to wear down. Now, let's see. So, what I can do is I can make a second furnace. What? Pine leaf making 2 furnaces? Alright. And what I can do with this is put 2 pieces of wood. No, not that. Oh, take 2 planks. Good. And that should be able to make my pork chops. Good. And as for here, and then I can take. I also have 3 pieces of iron. Yes. Make 3 pieces of iron. And I'll make some 11 charcoal right now. Actually, that's a decent amount. That means I think I have enough so that I can make a quarter stack of that at the moment. We can grab that. We can, well, I don't need to eat yet. And we can grab that. It's time to make a pickaxe. I got pickaxes all over. I got a fortune pickaxe, so if I needed to collect a great amount of something, I got a mending pickaxe, but those are both gold ones, and gold pickaxes aren't exactly what you're going to talk about standard use for a long time. Might as well wear down this stone pickaxe before I head on down there. Now we can get some serious digging done. And of course, if I do run into some diamonds, now I think they said they tweaked the frequencies of some of the items since the last one, especially iron, though I still only run into 3 iron in this one, and last month I didn't run into any. So I have to look at that chart again in which they posted. As I said, they did tweak it a little bit, so it might not be following exactly what was on that chart. And it looks like we're at 16 because you're certain, or 15, and maybe that block there might be 14. I just never did quite get the exact answer, but we are starting to get the new thing that only happens way down at the bottom. Originally, these only started, you could not find this before you reached 0, but they changed that so that you could start seeing it occasionally at 0. I mean, before you got to 0 during the last 16, and so when you start to get to, I think that's copper. I'm pretty sure that's copper, because the green and orange color there makes, pretty sure it's copper. I'll need to learn once again how to tell one of these colors from the other, but all right. The question is, how deep do you have to go in order to start finding diamonds now? Is it still at 16, or is it at, you have to go even deeper in order to get it? Now, this seems to be getting pretty common here, even though I am at, I thought that in this region I would still be getting more stone than this new material. What do they call this thing now? Oh, let's see. Cobble deep, yeah, deep slate. So perhaps that's something I should research before I return for the next episode of The World of the MHC.